in one of the most important growing regions of California, a county where voters passed a highly unusual and possibly illegal measure 8 years ago declaring their desire for an end to the absurd war on marijuana and for the local decriminalization of at least personal use. It has never been implemented by elected officials even after being enrolled as an ordinance. On the other case, it's about medical marijuana patients and is brought by criminal defense lawyers. I, on the other hand, represent casual recreational users. That's Johnny Sunbeam, Susie Moonglow toking up at the rock concert, or perhaps a hike in the hills. I'm here on behalf of the 19,000 voters who approved Measure G, perhaps 10 times as many as the number of medical marijuana patients, maybe 5 times the number of growers. A fresh announcement of filing of an appeals court case bears directly on this case. No matter how you found out about the Kelly decision, I want to thank Your Honor for taking judicial notice of that. What's significant about the Kelly decision in this case is not just that Measure B hangs its reduction of medical marijuana plant limits on a section of state code that has been declared unconstitutional. It's in the court's reasoning that the state legislature cannot rewrite a statewide voter initiative. It's so simple. I wonder how I missed it. Everybody understands it, though, once they hear it the first time. That's the beauty of good law. I guess it's so obvious everybody gets it right away. So similarly, if the Assembly and state governor and Senate and governor can't rewrite Proposition 215, how likely is it that the voters of Mendocino County can? There's even a section of Article 2, Section 8 of the California Constitution that says an initiative cannot have different effects in different districts depending on the vote. You can't have each county enacting their own criminal code on matters of statewide importance with just one state law in California. And you yourself ruled it that way in Liberty versus Rickle just 3 months ago, quoting the Constitution and public safety services are important to the security and well-being of the state citizens. And in Rivero versus Supreme Court, that criminal laws are matters of statewide concern. The Kelly decision increases the likelihood of my prevailing either at trial or in the appeals court. That's the significance of it. We're not here to decide whether Section 11362.77 is constitutional. We're not here to decide if Measure B is constitutional. What we're here to ask for and to talk about is an injunction to preserve the status quo until the decision on Measure B can be arrived at by a court or a trial. It's a hot topic right now, and you, Judge Benke, can make a key ruling in the first significant post-Kelly civil marijuana case by granting the sealing of the election, and that would move my appeal. My appeal, contrary to what is, the county council is about to argue, my appeal is not a bar to your initiative in taking this case back. If you want to take this case back, I'm going to let you do it. The learned judges of the appeals court, after cashing my filing fee in the first 24 hours, denied me a temporary stay in order to proceed as and prohibition on the election while allowing the appeal on your April 23rd ruling to go forward. That means you and I will be sending out briefs battling over whether ballots should be printed long after they've been counted. I'm giving you a chance to grab the bull by the horns here today and take control of this case by granting a TRO, seal the ballots, and schedule a show cause hearing on short notice to enjoin the certification of the election pending trial judgment. You can have that trial here in Mendocino County. If you deny me here today, you will be arguing the same matter before the appeals court, which I am about to ask for a similar motion of reconsideration and judicial notice. Your arguments about the initiative and separation of powers also bear on this matter. In the April 23rd denial of my petition, you quote Wittgen, I'm not sure I spelled it, but Wittgen, that initiative and referendum are a power reserved by the people, not granted to them, and thus the power is to be liberally construed. And what Kelly says is this power is claimed by the voters throughout California in enacting the Compassionate Use Act of 1996. The legislature can't impinge on that decision, even to improve on it. Any improvements would have to be a matter of subsequent voter initiative. If the statewide legislature representing all the citizens of California can't rewrite Prop 215, then the supervisor of Mendocino County surely cannot do so at the local level. And if they can't, neither can the voters of Mendocino County. Quoted from Witkin, follow scope of power, and it says, like statutes and issues, are subject to state and federal constitutional limitations. Hence, the subject of the initiative must be within the power of the electorate to enact. And there's a cite there about initiative power can't be exercised to adopt an ordinance that would be beyond the power of the Board of Supervisors. What I'm here to do today, and I have a standing, is to protect the right of the citizens, both those who want Measure G to live on as a political statement about the war on marijuana, if nothing else, and those who want to repeal it, both have a right to a clean and fair election from the get-go, and Measure B denies them that. We're talking about the entire electorate, pro and con marijuana. I'm here to deny, not to deny the voters a choice, but to make sure their first opportunity to vote up or down on Measure G is a clean one, devoid of any taint of unconstitutionality. Measure B denies them that. Just as Mendocino County voters had a right to an election for district attorney among live candidates with no dead ones on the ballot, so the voters deserve to repeal or retain Measure G without us being yoked to a similar but legally